Hey y'all, we've been here now for 2 hours. We saw one doctor who didn't even give us 5 full minutes of his time. He just kind of blew Jack off, didn't really listen to me. Didn't listen to me so much so that when he walked in, he said, "Hi, what's your name?" And Jack put her arm over her face like she does. And I said, you know, she's nonverbal. I know, honey. She's nonverbal autistic, so she's not going to answer you. And he kind of gives me this smile, almost like, "Yeah, right, Mom." And then asks her again, and asks her again. And I repeat myself, "She's nonverbal autistic." And he goes, I know. And I'm like, okay. So he's like, "Why are you here?" And I said, "My daughter's been sick for 2 months, yada, yada, yada. She's got this cough now. She's had a fever. I just need her." I know. I just need to know what's like really going on here. And I said, "But if you have to check her ears, like, let me know. I'll pin her. I'll have to hold her because she doesn't like people touching her." And he touches her. Okay, so I had to interrupt my video, but let's just end that side of the story with the first doctor was horrible. He didn't listen to me. He didn't care to find out what was wrong with Jack, do any testing. He just said she's got a upper respiratory infection, okay? So, what's wrong? You're fine. You wanna clean it? You can clean it here. Clean it. Go ahead. So I called Brian and, cried because I don't like to not be listened to. She's my baby and I know when something's wrong with her. So, And so the nurse came in. I asked for our pediatrician. All right, you guys. So I'm home now. My videos kept getting interrupted by the doctors and the nurses. Moving forward, I tell the nurse, and I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm like, this is my daughter and you're not listening to me. So I tell her, I said, "We're not leaving." I was like, "I want a second opinion." She's like, "Well, I'll ask my charge nurse." And I'm all, I don't care who you ask. I'm not leaving until a pediatrician comes in here to see my daughter. So needless to say, they get a pediatrician to come see Jack. His name was Dr. Garcia. He was amazing. He came in and said, "Tell me what's going on." So I explained to him the same thing that I explained to the other doctor. Like, number one, you have to know my daughter is autistic. She's nonverbal, so she cannot tell you anything. Your knowledge is going to rely on what I can tell you about the symptoms that I'm seeing her exhibit. So he said, "Okay, I understand." So she's had a cough, a really deep, dry cough for a long time. She's been sick since November. Excuse me. Like her mommy. The thing is that he actually took the time to let me say what I needed to say. And he accepted. He's all, "She's autistic. Great." He didn't try to touch her without talking to her first. He, as far as, and I don't mean like, "Hey, what's your name?" Like, he wasn't trying to get her to respond. He was like, "Hi, I'm Dr. Garcia, Jack. How are you feeling?" No, he didn't say, "How are you feeling?" And he was like, "Are you feeling yucky? Mom, how is she feeling?" Like, talking to me, but talking to her at the same time.
I need to use your bathroom.
Okay, go. Use my bathroom. So, fast forward 25 minutes after getting that god-awful flu test. I just got it where they stick the thing right up your nose really quickly. Well, with Jack, she's not going to let you stick anything up her nose. So I had to hold her down like this, forward like this. And then one of the nurses helped me hold her hands. They did this test in record speed. But he came back and guess what? Jack tested positive for the flu. My little sweet 3-year-old nonverbal autistic angel tested positive for the flu. And that first doctor ignored me. but I went with my instinct. I went with my gut. I knew something more than just, oh, she has a virus. You don't have a virus for that long. Your body will fight that virus off. I don't care if you're autistic or not. I knew something more was going on because Jackie, you're so sweet, but overall, me and Jackie had a really good time. She said a lot of new things today with me. She said tongue. She has been saying teeth for a while. She's starting to say apple. And she says right there. I know she's saying right there. You're not going to understand that she's saying right there. But she's really starting to pick up on language. 1 second. What, baby?
Just so you know, there's a no boy sign on your door.
There's a no boy sign on my door?
Yeah, it says no
Thank
boys
you.
and teenagers allowed.
Nice. But what about daddy's?
Oh, he can only go in there.
Oh, only he can come in here.
I didn't write adult.
So that's my experience. So I'm going to post this video, you guys. Just this part of our experience after I post. You'll already have seen Jack's good experience at urgent care, but this is the ugly side of being a voice for my autistic daughter and dealing with a medical system where some are knowledgeable about autism and some are not. And as the mother of an autistic 3-year-old girl, I have a very loud voice. Ask my neighbors. And I will always speak up for my daughter. So I encourage all of you, if you're watching this and you have an autistic child, don't take a brush off as an answer or an end-all be-all. Use your voice if your child's nonverbal, but use your voice no matter what, because we're their mother and we know our children. We know if there's something not right. And if you're not being treated correctly, use the voice God gave you. Say it with your chest, okay? Make them listen to you. Get the result that you want. Do not walk away defeated, ever. Because those children, our children, no matter what, depend on us, right? But they become adults or teenagers, then adults, and they start pulling away from us and they can start doing for themselves. But our autistic children cannot. They rely on us for a majority of their life. Even if they can become independent, they are going to rely on us for something. And being their voice, being their advocate is so damn important, especially when it comes to their health, you guys. They already have so much against them. Do not let a doctor be one of the things against them. Change your doctor. Ask for a new one. Demand what you need. Do not leave. Put your foot down. Cry if you have to, because, y'all, I cried. When I realized, and I'm going to get emotional again, just because she's my baby, and I would literally choke the life out of somebody for that sweet girl. But when I realized that he wasn't listening to me and he was just brushing my beautiful daughter off to the side, it just, the emotion inside of me was just like, over my dead body. And then another emotion when the new doctor did listen to me and did the extras and, you know, just let me talk and listened to her actual breathing, you know, watched her, let her calm down. That brought on the emotion of just gratitude and gratefulness for this doctor who has educated themselves on autism. And he said that. He said, I deal with autistic kids. Not everybody does. And I was like, well, everybody should have some type of training if they're going to work in urgent care, because they're going to come across an autistic child, an autistic teenager, an autistic adult. And They require a different set of knowledge. I don't even know how else to say it. So anyways, that's my soapbox, y'all. I hope that it helps somebody be stronger in the moments when you feel like you don't have anywhere to turn. Turn to yourself and say it with your chest, y'all. Say it with your chest. All right, I'm going to bed. Peace out. Good night, guys.